Hey, what up, YouTube? Say it with me. You ready? It's the blind homie, Rico Richie. Yup, I'm back at y'all with another one, man. So I know the scenery a little different today, y'all. The blind homie on vacation, Christmas vacation. So Merry Christmas to everybody, y'all. But I was looking, well, y'all know what I mean, bro. Shit, it's a figurative speech, bro. I was looking, listening, and I was hearing my boy honeycomb brazy. And I get where he coming from and how he feel and everything. You know, when it comes to 21 Savage saying F the streets. I know everybody been in a big uproar about that. But let's not act like at once upon a time or at one point in our lives, anybody who was out there, everyone who's been out there at one point in time said, man, F the streets, man. I'm tired of this ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this shit. You feel me? Like everybody has said that before, bro. Whoever been out there. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like Honeycomb Brazy. I ain't saying he should have been part of the movement or anything, but he should have probably been the number one person who been like, yeah, man, these streets, all this, the streets cost me. They cost me they cost him his grandparents, bro. And his grandparents, and we all remember this, bro. You know, lost their lives in the most brutal, tragic, horrible, horrific way possible, bro. He lost his grandparents in a way that nobody could ever imagine in this world losing their grandparents, bro, to an explosion from a house shooting. They shot up his grandparents' house and it blew up. We all know the story. You know what I'm saying? And for him to come out and say what he said, you know, towards 21 Savage, bro, I just thought that was kind of crazy, bro. Like, cause I could be wrong, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he wrong for how he feeling, bro. I'm just saying like, bro, like you should have been one of the main ones that been like, yeah, man, they cost me my grandparents, bro. You feel me? But let's understand this too. It's not the streets per se itself, bro. It's the people that be in the streets that cause certain havoc and tragedies and harm to others and things like that, bro. So let's not say the streets cause this trauma, bro. No, it's the people who be in the streets that cause this trauma. You know what I'm saying? And cause traumas to others, bro. You feel me? PTSD is a real thing, bro. And I know for a fact that Honeycomb Brazy has to have PTSD, bro. He has to, bro. Like he has to go to sleep at night, every night, bro, and seeing his grandparents' house on fire. Like he has to be dreaming about that, y'all. He has to, bro. There's no way in hell he cannot think about the way his grandparents lost his life due to what was going on or what he had going on or what people had going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say the OPP word, but we just gonna say his enemies or opposition or whatever they calling them these days, man. You know what I'm saying? But to the blind homie, bro, it just looked crazy to me to not hear Honeycomb Brazy come out and say, you know, bro, I feel where bro, I understand where bro coming from and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And then he could have dived into his story about his grandparents, bro, which I think would have helped, you know, his not saying he should use his grandparents' tragedy to implode his career or enhance his career or anything, but I think the world would have sympathized with him when he came out of prison and talked about how he felt about what happened to his grandparents, man. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody could have, you know, not so much relate, especially if you ain't had nothing that tragic happen to your grandparents, but everybody could have been sympathetic for him and his loss in the way that he lost his grandparents, bro. So when he came out and said what he said towards 21 Savage, bro, it just made him look like he ain't learned shit. You feel me? And no, we not blaming the streets. You feel me? We not blaming the streets. I don't think 21 Savage meant F the people in the streets, bro. He just meant like F the streets, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? F the streets, bro. F the stuff that you would normally do in the streets that cause trauma to others, trauma or harm or anything like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion, y'all, on how I took it. I don't think 21 was like, man, the niggas in the streets, bro. Them niggas ain't do shit for me. You feel me? Because 21 had a whole crew rocking with him, bro, supporting him and everything like that. So I don't personally think he meant F the people of the streets or anything like that. Everybody at one point in time said, man, F the streets. Like I say, I'm tired of this ish, bro. I gotta find something else to do. Everyone has said that, bro. So to see the hip hop community in such an uproar over the streets and over something they don't own, bro, it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who's been out there should have some type of story to tell somebody, especially these young kids, bro, of why not to be in the streets, bro. And I think, and I hate to use Honeycomb Brazy as an example, but bro, he must be the poster child. You know what I'm saying? For what happened to his grandparents, bro. Honeycomb Brazy should be the poster child of what you would mean when you say F the streets, bro. You feel me? And I really don't think he would have lost, fans or cred or anything if he would have came out and said it like that and then gave his opinion on why he's saying it. I don't think he would have lost fans, street cred, or nothing like that, bro. Because how can someone not in the streets take your street cred, bro? Because you said F the streets, bro. You feel me? Older cats who been in the streets and now moved on, bro, they would applaud you for saying F the streets, bro. Especially if you went through something in them streets, bro. You did things in them streets, you know what I'm saying, to make you want to say F the streets now, bro. Everybody who's been in the streets lost someone they loved, lost someone they was tight with, cool with, homies. You know what I'm saying? Everyone who's been in the streets lost someone who was targeted that shouldn't have been targeted, bro. Like everyone who's been in the streets been through something like that, bro. So I just thought it was crazy to hear, Honeycomb Brazy come out, and get at 21 Savage the way he did, bro. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I could be wrong, y'all. Maybe I'm just looking at it, in a way that nobody else is, or, I don't know. Y'all, my subscribers, y'all tell me what you think or how you feel Honeycomb Brazy should represent it, that when he came out towards, 21 Savage, when 21 Savage said F the streets. Cause bro, we get you from the streets, bro. We get that. You like, man, how you gonna say the streets? And I'm from the streets, bro. You technically, bro, you ain't. You from whatever address your parents had you living at, bro. You just chose, a lot of us just chose to be in the streets, bro. The streets are not our home. You feel me? It was just a place where we go out and do certain shit, bro, that we probably didn't want other people to know we were doing and things like that, bro. The streets ain't your home. You feel me? And I think that's why this younger generation getting things twisted and effed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they support the streets without understanding what they supporting, bro. So if you cool with the drama, you cool with always getting shot at, having to clap back, defend yourself, cool with always looking over your shoulder, you know what I'm saying, wondering who's your next op or who don't like you and everything like that, bro. If you cool with that, cool. Be cool with that, bro. You feel me? But it's not a way to live. You feel me? You can't live free like that. You can't live happy like that, bro. You can't live in peace like that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to be like F the streets in order for you to get your mind right, to get your head right, bro, to put yourself in a better position to get out of certain things, bro. And true, just because you out the streets a year or 2 or 3, bro, it don't really mean that the people that you offended or anything like that is going to look at you like you out the streets. Nah, you still a target to them, bro. Unless you show them you way out the way, bro. And generally, sometimes that take like 5, 7, maybe 10 years. You feel me? So, Honeycomb Brazy, bro, I just think, you could have just came better, bro. I think you got, uh, a very touching story to tell when it comes to anybody who's ever been in the streets with the losses that you've taken, bro. Like, I really think Honeycomb Brazy's story would enlighten younger generations. You feel me? Younger kids, younger fellas, to not go out in the streets if they don't want to happen. If they don't want what happened to Honeycomb Brazy's grandparents happen to their parents or their grandparents or somebody they love, bro. It could have been any one of us, bro. Any one of our grandparents, that could have been. You feel me? It just so unfortunate that it had to be Honeycomb Brazy's grandparent. And true, the guys that went over there to do what they did to his grandparents' house, I'm pretty sure they wasn't expecting for the house to explode the way it did, but it did. Brad, being in the streets is expecting the unexpected, bro. That's what it's about. You feel me? And then when you in the you can't tell. You can't tell if you causing damage and somebody do damage to you. You can't tell, bro. You either either you fall back, you quit, and which sometimes you can't quit because your enemies won't let you. You feel me? Or you have to turn up until God call you home, bro. And Honeycomb Brazy came out, bro. He was able he's able to make his music, live it, go about his career, but it's not gonna last if he don't get into that mentality, bro, and like just F the streets. You feel me? Not saying F the people in the streets, but bro, just F the streets. The streets did this and that to my people. You know what I'm saying? But you guys let me know in the comments what you think and how you feel. You feel me? But hey, don't forget to hit that like for the blind homie, comment, subscribe for the blind homie, y'all. We almost at 160 subscribers, bro. You feel me? So we getting closer and closer to our goal of 600 subscribers. And I am looking for the next 500 subscribers because one of my lucky subscribers will win $100 from the blind homie. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's to take your girl out, ladies, take your man out, take your kids out for something to snack on, ice cream, whatever. Blind homie don't care what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just for you because you subscribe and you support the blind homie. But hey, man, thank you guys for tuning in, watching the blind homie. Now I continue to appreciate the support. Hey, man, it's the blind homie and I'm out. I see y'all on the next one.